Welcome to the University of Lethbridge Campus Safety International Travel Risk Orientation. The purpose of this orientation is to ensure safer experiences for the University of Lethbridge students who travel internationally as part of a university program or activity, as well as be in line with the Student Safety Abroad policy. The international programs here at the University of Lethbridge provide our students with numerous opportunities to gain diverse cross-cultural experiences to which they can apply and strengthen their conceptual, analytical, and linguistic skills. These photos show just a few of the many locations students can go. However, it's important for travelers to recognize and accept that the university cannot ensure and guarantee that the university travel experience will be problem-free, or account for all potential health and safety risks that a traveler may experience while abroad. The role of campus safety here at the University of Lethbridge is to be a resource for our students, staff, and faculty travelers. Their prime responsibilities include actively promoting safe travel experiences, ensuring emergency support for its community, monitoring the university's travel abroad registry, and consulting with faculty and department activity sponsors, as well as communicating with travel advisors and senior administrators about travel risk and international events. The University of Lethbridge has partnered with International SOS to provide our travelers with security and medical assistance should they require it while they are traveling abroad. They also offer pre-trip planning, and country travel and special advisory notifications through the free app. The university has a membership number for students to obtain access to these important services. Please watch the short video of International SOS Services Bottle of Help for more information.
What if you could bottle help as easily as you can bottle clean water or life-saving medicine? We're on hand 24/7 to help with the big and small emergencies that can take you by surprise. From helping to replace a lost passport, simple travel advice or medical referrals, to airlifting you from an area of civil unrest, International SOS will leap into action. Vital prescription drugs, rapid medical treatment, experienced translator, fast and efficient evacuation. International SOS is there for you in any location whenever you need us most. We also offer personalized advice and training when working or traveling overseas to help you stay safe wherever you are. In the air, on the ground, or out at sea, help is never far away. The International SOS network of experienced doctors and security experts is ready to help with the big and small emergencies that can take you by surprise. You can access it all, anywhere, anytime, from the palm of your hand with the essential International SOS Assistance app, or by checking your membership card. So please, share this video and help us save and protect lives. International SOS. Worldwide reach, human touch.
General information. Students should be sure to identify goals and expectations for this exciting experience, as well as any concerns. They must be sure that they are physically and mentally ready to go, as traveling, especially to a foreign country, can be stressful and taxing on their well-being. It's recommended to make arrangements for transportation and accommodation from the airport for when they land prior to leaving. They should be sure to copy and secure vital documents, either physically or electronically, and share their itineraries with a loved one at home. They should also establish a way to keep in contact with everyone while away. Travel documentation and passports. Passports are required for any international travel. Travelers must maintain a valid passport and ensure it will not expire while they are traveling. It's recommended to ensure it is valid for up to 6 months after returning home, as this may be a requirement for entry into certain countries. Canadian passports can be obtained for 5 to 10 years, but always be aware of the expiry date. Travelers may also require visas upon entry to countries abroad. A visa is a form of permission for a non-citizen to enter, travel, or remain in a particular country or region. Generally, if a stay is more than 3 months, a visa will be required. There are many different types of visas depending on the traveler's intention. For example, there are different visas for students, businesses, or tourists, among others. Visa does not guarantee entry, it is the right of the country's immigration officials to make that decision. The immigration laws in most countries do not have the provision for appeal. Some countries ask visitors to present return tickets and evidence of funds sufficient to cover the intended stay. Others have compulsory currency exchange regulations on entry. It's very important for travelers to look into what's required long before leaving. Visas usually take quite some time to process, but there are others travelers can apply for on-site. Students should be sure to do their research to find out all requirements for the proper visa for their destination. Obtaining the proper immigration documents is the responsibility of the traveler. Failing to provide proper documentation to enter can result in being denied entry. Apply well in advance of planned travel by visiting the Department of Foreign Affairs and International Trade Canada's website. Finances. It is important to have a budget and be as loyal as possible to it while traveling. Traveling comes with a price, and it can be difficult to monitor and attempt to decrease spending. It is important for travelers to know how to access their funds while abroad. This could be with debit or credit cards, and with cash. Ensure that all cards have a plus or cirrus symbol on them to assure there will be no issues accessing foreign ATMs. All travelers should contact their banks and confirm their travel dates and locations, as well as ask any necessary questions about accessing their money while abroad. Students must be sure to monitor their accounts for any suspicious activity, and to contact the necessary financial providers if necessary to report it. It is recommended to have a 48-hour backup plan in the event that a traveler's wallet or purse is stolen from them. Do not keep everything in the same place, and have a variety of debit, credit, and cash hidden. It may be recommended to bring travelers' checks in case they are all that is left to rely upon. Driving abroad. If it is a possibility a traveler will be driving while abroad, they may require a special license in order to do so. Generally, this will be an international driving permit, and they can be obtained for a fee from AMA if they are required. To find out if they are, visit the Culture tab on the Government of Canada website, or International SOS. There is no test required, and the issuing of this permit gives the traveler an internationally recognized license with their picture and license class on it. It is also recommended to research the rules of the road in the country or region the traveler is planning to drive in to ensure safety while on the road and what differences to expect. Luggage. Never leave luggage unattended. The most obvious reason is to guarantee it is not stolen, but also so that it is not tampered with by suspicious persons putting something likely illegal in it, or picked up by security for appearing suspicious. It is also recommended to travel as lightly as possible, as baggage fees are seemingly constantly increasing while weight allowances decrease. It is important to check the air carrier's website for the specific allowances and fees. Note that air carrier liability regarding lost or damaged luggage is especially limited, and compensation will likely be minimal or non-existent without insurance. Insurance. Obtaining all forms of travel insurance is the student's responsibility. Standard coverage will likely not be enough internationally, and additional coverage depends on each traveler's own needs. It is important to communicate with insurance providers prior to departure about any coverage plans that may be required or recommended. This includes medical, property, liability, and travel insurance that covers any issues with baggage or flights. Auto insurance may also be recommended if the traveler plans on driving while abroad. However, most car rental companies have their own policies customers are strongly encouraged to purchase. The ULSU's health and dental plan also provides some out-of-country insurance if the student has chosen to opt in. Please note that traveling to a region the Government of Canada has flagged as "Avoid all travel" can void your existing coverage. It is imperative that all travelers know how to contact their insurance provider should assistance be required. Legal matters. Travelers are recommended to research all laws and regulations of their destination, as well as any events of civil unrest. It is imperative to avoid protests and demonstrations of any kind at all costs. They can become violent, and foreigners found participating can be detained or deported. If assistance is required, contact the Canadian Consulate or Embassy and International SOS. Medications and prescriptions. It's important for travelers to pack an adequate supply of medication in relation to necessity and duration of travel. They should confirm that all medications are available in the country that they will be visiting, and also confirm that there are no customs issues with any of the medication. It would also be important to carry duplicate prescriptions or doctor's notes when possible, including for eyewear. Travelers are reminded to keep all medications in their original containers, with pharmacy labels intact. The traveler should consider sharing any relevant medical information with those they are staying with in case of emergency. Inoculations. Vaccines are the most effective way to protect against potentially deadly diseases. Most people know that children need to get childhood immunizations, however, they may not realize that adults also need to receive certain vaccines and booster doses throughout their adult lives to help them stay protected. According to a recent survey of Canadian adults, even though most believe that they have received all vaccines required for someone their age, less than 10% were actually up to date on their adult immunizations. Protection by the MMR vaccine against measles, mumps, and rubella wears off over time, and depending on age, lifestyle, travel plans, or medical conditions, individuals may be at an increased risk for new or different diseases. Getting vaccinated in adulthood also helps to protect those who are especially at risk, such as young children and the elderly. Travelers should be sure to contact their physician to find out if any particular vaccines or boosters are needed prior to traveling, particularly for viruses and diseases found primarily in other areas of the world such as yellow fever, typhoid, Japanese encephalitis, hepatitis A, B, and C, and malaria. Emergency contact. This is a contact to be provided by the student prior to departure. They should choose someone close to them that they trust with their personal affairs. In the event of an emergency, the university may include their contact in relaying information, and in the interest of their safety and security. Waiver, informed consent, must be signed and returned to campus safety prior to departure. A waiver is a legal document that may be reviewed with legal counsel if desired. It is recommended that the student do not sign the waiver if they do not understand any part of it, they are under the influence of alcohol or other substances that may inhibit their ability to comprehend the document, or if they feel under duress to sign it. Best practices while abroad. The student must remember to be realistic about this experience. This means to lower grand expectations, and to expect difficulties and challenges. Don't be too hard on themselves, recognize culture shock and understand there will be an adjustment period. They should always have a plan and set goals. Stay connected with loved ones, and create a network to rely on at their destination. Things to remember. Student travelers are also recommended to get involved. Join a club or social group, be open to new experiences, and make friends. Keep a journal. It helps with processing thoughts and experiences, and the greatest challenges often become the greatest stories. Be tolerant and patient. Go with the flow, and remember that all challenges are temporary.